beloveds. Logically, my hotspot jumped off, so let me... Okay, I'm back. I guess my internet thought I had given it the day off, but I didn't. Yeah, sometimes technology behaves as if it has a mind of its own when it's meant to follow our lead. Absolutely, always technology following our lead. I am Astarius Miraculii, and welcome to Ascension Live. We're going to vibrate to the resonance of the Ascension today, and you just witnessed me do my Ascension Mudra, the series of hand movements that I did, and the words that correspond with those movements are: I allow and I am joined in ascension ad infinitum. I am therefore ascended. Ia Wea. My being knows no limit. I am God, Goddess within. Horizon of this moment with eternity, I blend. Every space is here, every time is now, everyone is me. Full awakening of eternal remembrance, blessing now I be. Immortal hands, immortal body, immortal energy, immortal healing. I as God and Goddess do all that Creator will ever do. A man, a woman, a God, a goddess, I be absolute reality, so it is, and blessed be. I allow and I am joined in ascension ad infinitum. I am therefore ascended. And I have some notes around here because I wrote some things down. Sometimes I just have to remember to get all of those ducks in a row. Now let me see if this will just, well, even if it doesn't prop right in there. I have some tape. I didn't have all my ducks in a row, but I know you love me anyway because I love you anyway. So just give me a second. Let me grab my tape so I can put my little notes up here that I want to share from, welcome to the first day of the best of your life. Welcome to an eternal moment that carries the resonance of all of the blessings that are, were, or ever could be. Be right back. Okay, Edamon's back. Edamandi. Edamango. 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 Dem go. Edamon rise. Edamon rise. Edamon rise. Let him rise. Edaman go, Edaman go, Edaman go, there she go. Edaman rise, Edaman rise, Edaman rise, let her rise. Here we rise, the man and woman rise, rise, ascension, rise. So before I go into this subject matter, let me get my commercial in. As I say, this is Ascension Live, happening every Friday on Instagram at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, every Monday on Facebook at 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Be sure and check out my website, Astarius.com. I've got a number of musical albums over there, a couple of books. I'm also available for intuitive astrological readings and sound healings with didgeridoo and vocal harmonics, as well as doing Reiki trainings. I'm not doing a whole lot with groups these days, but I am doing one-on-one training. So a lot of people are reaching out to have their one-on-one training, and I'm available for that. And you get to do it here in the Red Rocks of Sedona. I am broadcasting live from my Ascension Temple home, which is positioned in the vortex of Sedona, Arizona. So you're getting a transmission of Sedona along with the Astarius Miraculii transmission. Also, I have more than 700 videos across the platforms of YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So be sure and partake of all of that. I feel so honored and grateful for the great numbers of people that are partaking of my transmissions. You know, we are more than 2.9 million views now across the platforms of Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. So very, very grateful for that. Be sure and leave all of your comments, because people are tremendously blessed by the comments that you leave. The subject for today is allness in the one. We're going to dive deep into the resonance of how the frequency of one carries the total essence and the entire macrocosmic essence of the all. So we're going to dive deeply there. And before we get into that, I want to share with you some didgeridoo. A didgeridoo I haven't played in a very long time. And it's one that's journeyed with me for probably 17, 18 years. This one here I call Saraswati. You know, it's an amazing didgeridoo made by a good brother friend of mine by the name of Gusty of Cloud9 Didgeridoos. I don't know if he's still making, but he's a master maker. And if you might take a look here, this is 9 pieces of wood. This is birch wood, and he links up 9 pieces of wood, and you see the curvature that they have, which creates a spiral movement of the sound through here. So allness in the one, that's what I want you to focus upon while I share this vibration, along with whatever personal intentions you might have. And Saraswati, of course, is that great Hindu goddess. And we invite you in, Saraswati, to channel through this, your namesake. The Lord is kind, and the Lordess. Oh, we got to always be in honor of the goddess, beloveds. The goddess knows some things. You know, the goddess has been one of my greatest teachers. Taught me how to be receptive, how to be in receivership. God has taught me that receiving is its own brand of giving, and that when I receive, I'm actually giving the other the opportunity to give. And then when I'm unwilling to put myself in receivership, I'm actually being a taker, because then I'm taking away from the other the opportunity to give. Oh, blistafari. I feel some blistafari right now, and I want to pour it out upon you. I want to pour out the baptism of my blistafari upon you and my justafari, because it's feeling so good in this now moment. And my cup, the cup of my being, is running over with this blistafari. Blistafari feels good. I feel good, you feel good, we feel good, all feels good. I feel love, you feel love, we feel love, all feels love. I feel high, you feel high, we feel high, all feels high. I feel juicy, you feel juicy, we feel juicy, all feels juicy. I feel bliss, you feel bliss, we feel bliss, all feels bliss. Oh my goddess, that felt so good. Oh, the man turned him own self on. Sonic frequency set the man on fire. We love it when the sonic frequency will set the man on fire. It's a good thing. And to set the woman on fire too. Okay, so the subject is allness in the One. And in honor of this resonance of allness in the One, I want to take a moment and channel our higher self. As I speak these words on behalf of the higher self, of you and me. The oneness of the wholeness of the resonance of the higher self, the multidimensional ascended self. I, my ascended higher self, I'm so honored to be me. So honored to be the descendant of God Almighty, to be the result of the celestial copulation of God Goddess Absolute that gave birth to the whole universe, of which I am a microcosmic, qualitative part. I am so honored to be the microcosmic container of the macrocosmic all that is. So grateful that within the central core of my being is the answer to all mysteries. That time is eternity in microcosmic degree. And as I move through this realm of time and space, I allow myself to be the container for the totality of eternity. I am so honored to be the microcosmic essence of the macrocosmic resonance of eternity. So honored to be the sacred wave in the eternal ocean of life. And as I, the wave within the ocean of life, roll upon the shores of my individual life experiences, the whole power of the ocean of life, the ocean of absoluteness of God Goddess, is behind me. I am so empowered as I roll upon the shores of my human life experience. There's only one life in which we all share, and only one love through which we all care. Only one being in all that we see in a slumbering giant is what we are freeing. When one is at peace, what a mighty release of breath unto life, that all may increase. Anyone's joy is everyone's right, the wise one's wisdom is the blind one's sight. Yes, there's only me in all that I see. The joining of life is what makes me free. And those who achieve in abundance receive is that part of me in whom I believe. When I am a winner, I honor all life. When I am a loser, all life shares my strife. Before life on this earth and my physical birth, I danced with the angels and knew my true worth. Yet all that I was, I really still am, the God out of heaven, an innocent lamb. If I want to know who I truly be, seek all that is, and I will find me. I move in the resonance of the ascension absolute that is within every cell of my being, and therefore I embody and exemplify the solution to the world crisis that exists. I allow myself to be in full celebration of the impregnation of that solution that exists as a formless embryo in the womb of my soul, yet the first stage of the reality of the solution to the world crisis. I take my attention away from the stress and the strain of all of the turbulence and the craziness that exists within the world crisis, and I focus my attention and intention upon that grand solution that is co-eternal with God, Goddess Almighty, therefore microcosmically co-eternal with my own self. I allow the resonance of my heart to be warmed and nurtured by the reality of the solution to the world crisis, by virtue of Being a descendant of God, Goddess Almighty, I choose to be in this resonance of peace. The peace that passes all understanding. And as I recognize the cellular, celestial, and ascended eldership of my being, I send forth vibrations of upliftment and encouragement unto those who are afraid. I take my attention away from giving energy to those who are in a state of fear, and I see instead the exalted courageousness of every being that is upon this earth. For every being upon this earth is also descendant from God, Goddess Almighty. Therefore, potentially the microcosmic container of the macrocosmic, all that is, the microcosmic container of the macrocosmic courage of God, the microcosmic container of the macrocosmic love of God, the microcosmic container of the macrocosmic immunity of God. I pour forth the baptism of wholeness, immunity, safety, invincibility, invulnerability, and invisibility to all negatives. I put this blanket of protection around every being upon this planet. I put this blanket of protection around my own self. And I open to the elders, the celestial elders that exist within the cosmos, those worlds who have evolved beyond the current evolvement level of those of us here on earth. And I reach to our greater, more evolved brothers and sisters throughout the cosmos and call forth your intercession to intercede now, and to also come into activation from the cellular counterparts within each of us that is the representation of all that you are, for we carry the entire oneness of wholeness of being and life within the inner matrix of our own self. We recognize the absoluteness of who we are. I recognize the oneness of the wholeness that I am. As the allness of God is in the one man and the one woman, I allow myself to exemplify this truth, and I hold the intention and the vision that you also, beloved, are exemplifying this truth. As the allness of the ocean is in the one drop, qualitatively, the drop is all that the ocean is, and if we took it into the laboratory and analyzed it, we would find that every element found in the whole body of the ocean is also in the one drop. And yes, the one drop is qualitatively all that the ocean is. The allness of the oak tree that exists within the one acorn. The allness of birth, that every birth that ever happens is a microcosmic expression of every other birth that is, was, or ever will be, for there is a oneness of wholeness of birth, a oneness of wholeness of birth. When you, beloved, are in a state of peace, and you feel that peace within your heart, that tranquility, that equilibrium of being, then that peace within your individualized experience reaches out and touches in with every other focalization of peace that is, was, or ever will be. And that each moment of peace is the microcosmic container of peace absolute, of the macrocosm of peace. And so, beloveds, we are choosing now to be the truth of the allness in the one. The allness in the one, where we no longer walk in separation. We walk in the spirit of oneness. There's only one life in which we all share. And only one love through which we all care. See, sometimes we like to think that there is your life, my life, his life, her life, but there's only one life. And each of us experiences this one life in our own unique way. And so we are our own version of the one life. So we don't have an individual and separate life. We have an individualized version of the way that we live the one great life. There's only one life in which we all share, and only one love through which we all care. When you are in the experience of being deeply in love with your individualized self, deeply in love with your beloved, who is also yourself by extension, remember to offer a counterpart of that love frequency to every other being in all existence, and to recognize that that moment of love frequency between you and yourself, or you and your beloved, reaches out and empowers every other moment of the frequency of love, and in turn is empowered by every other moment of the frequency of love. There is the oneness, the wholeness, the allness of the one love. That's why the Rastas say, one love. Only one being in all that we're seeing, a slumbering giant, is what we are freeing. There is one being that is expressed in multitudinous ways. See, because God is the one great being that has breathed the breath of life into multitudinous microcosmic expressions of Creator's own self, in order that Creator could experience the blessedness and the gift of unlimited versions of God's macrocosmic selfhood, expressed as multitudinous versions in microcosm through each and every one of us. And when we do that, we give an unduplicatable gift unto the Creator, and yet we are still a version of the one great life. Only one life in which we all share, only one love through which we all care. Only one being in all that we're seeing, a slumbering giant, is what we are freeing. When one is at peace, what a mighty release of breath unto life, that all may increase. When you are in a state of peace, there flashes before the eyes of your soul every other moment of peace that is, was, or ever will be. Oneness of wholeness, allness of the one. Feel the multiplication of peace. Feel the multiplication and the allness of this now moment where I'm offering this transmission. This transmission, this spiritual discourse, reaches out to empower every other transmission and every other spiritual discourse that is, was, or ever will be. Oneness of wholeness of the spiritual discourse. Oneness of the allness of the spiritual discourse. Anyone's joy is everyone's right. The wise one's wisdom is the blind one's sight. Even in moments when you are in a state of pain, you can look around and see who's joyous, who's blissful, who's experiencing exaltation of spirit. And then you proclaim your oneness with the exaltation that you bear witness to, and say, oh my goddess, look at how peaceful I am through that part of me. Feel the reality of how joyous and blissful I am through these parts of me over here. I link up the telepathic battery cables, my heart mind to their heart mind, initiating the soul jumpstart, and I jumpstart my individualization of peace and bliss and joy and happiness and faith and courage by virtue of all of the bliss, the joy, the faith, the happiness, and the courage that exists within the oneness of the wholeness. Let us own the totality of who we are and walk in the resonance of the oneness of being, no more walking in separation, which brings about the diminishing of the value of our divine essence. Allness in the one. We are the one that contains the allness of the universe. Yes, there's only me in all that I see. The joining of life is what makes me free, and those who achieve in abundance receive is that part of me in whom I believe. Believe in the achievers. Be at one with the achievers. Celebrate the achievers. Recognize your oneness with the achievers. When I am a winner, I honor all life. When I am a loser, all life shares my strife. Yet before life on this earth and my physical birth, I danced with the angels and knew my true worth. Yet all that I was, I really still am. The God out of heaven, an innocent lamb. If I want to know who I truly be, seek all that there is, and I will find me. The allness of God in the one man. The allness of God in the one woman. The allness of the ocean in the one drop. The allness of the oak tree in the one acorn. The allness of the diamond within any one facet. The allness of the sun within every sunbeam. The allness of success within any expression of success. Every experience of success is meant to reach out and empower every other experience of success, and in turn be empowered by every other experience of success. Success is reflected within the attitude. Success is reflected within the passion of appreciation for the advancement of success. Not in the measurement of the success in the outward sense. Success is measured by the magnitude of emotional appreciation and gratitude that responds to whatever outward success there is that manifested. The greatest success is in the emotional mileage of success. And we can look around and see all of the different successes that exist within the world. And we're not meant to covet the material accumulations that other beings have established for themselves, but we can be totally at one with that resonance of the emotional mileage of success that they feel as a result of that outer manifestation of accomplishment. Let us join every successful being in the whole of existence in the universal emotional mileage of success. Right now, beloved, let yourself feel at one with all of the success that is, was, or ever will be. Every success that exists down the entire course of eternity is your own success by extension. Personalize all of the success that is, was, or ever will be. Just like one cell within the body can recreate the whole body. It can be a cell, a piece of DNA from the eyebrow, the big toe, wherever, and one little piece of DNA, one cell from anywhere within the body can recreate the whole body, because every cell within the body carries the entire genetic blueprint of the whole body. Allness of the body in the one cell. Likewise, we are soul in the body of the universe, and the universe is a cell in the body of our soul. We contain a cell for every man, woman, and child, every angel and ascended master, every ocean, mountain, and stream, every mineral, plant, and animal, every elemental star and galaxy. For we are the master soul, who is the microcosmic container of the macrocosmic all that is. We are a soul in the body of the universe, and the universe is a cell in the body of our soul. Let's wake up and remember who we are. Anything is a hologram of everything. Anything is a hologram of everything. That's how vast we are as beings. Let us dance in the resonance of oneness, not separation. In the resonance of oneness, not separation. Separation leads to debilitation. Oneness breeds wholeness. Even if you're going through a situation where things seem to be slim and bleak for you, don't give your attention to that slimness, that bleakness, that lack, that limitation. Not that there isn't a physical human reality there, but what can you do to create change? Breathe life force into the reality that you want. Breathe life force into abundance. And even right now, I pour forth the baptism of all of the energy that I contain to pour out upon those that are experiencing hardship and lack and limitation. And I call forth the entire universe to partner with me in pouring out the baptism of abundance upon all of those of us who are experiencing lack and limitation. And I ask everyone to join with me in seeing this exalted vision of the flow of abundance for every being. See the vision of that sense of worthiness welling up within them, where those that have felt unworthy are now feeling worthy, and by virtue of that worthiness are now becoming a magnet to the attraction of abundance. Giving you a heads up, I'm going to allow for one or two to come on live with me. So if you're feeling that you want to start getting your requests in, I'm going to say a couple more things, but I just wanted to give you a little heads up on that. All of the richness that is, was, or ever will be is your richness by macrocosmic extension. So it looks like we have someone popping in.
Hi.
Okay, now you're in the dark over there. Can you give me some light so I can see who I'm vibing with?
Hi, can you see me? I'm sorry, I just always like not in the dark. I like with my little Zen candle.
But when you're coming online,
I got you.
Coming on is we need to see you, beloved. We need to see you.
I didn't expect
now, that's
to
what
get
I'm talking
on
about.
So fast.
Okay, I can receive that.
I was gonna wait. I just literally sent it and I saw I was getting ready. I was gonna turn on the light and I saw it. I was like, oh.
Well, you see, all of the beloveds will appreciate being able to see you. You know, whenever anyone comes on live with me, there's something about who they are that becomes this amazing blessing for everyone else. And so, being as though you are a descendant of God, Goddess Almighty, then you're also a visual feast. So don't deny the beloveds the visual feast that you are.
Thank you. Same. I thank you. I appreciate those words highly.
Okay. So what's on your heart that brought you to join in with me in this now moment?
Oh, as everybody here, I'm sure, today I just felt lost more than ever. The energy, energy. I'm usually on a flow that has I feel always abundance. I feel always grateful. But for some reason today, I felt a little detached. And it was ironic that you were telling me get out the dark. It was like it's like you already knew where I was.
Okay.
Feeling like that. I always like being this smile person. So,
okay, got you. So in this now moment, and also, would you tell me your name?
Jamar.
Jamar, okay. So Jamar, in this moment, how do you feel in this now moment?
The minute I turned on that light and started speaking with you, is like I got out of that little tie that I had going on. It felt magical, honestly.
Okay, so that down energy of earlier is gone then.
Yes.
Okay. Well, isn't it wonderful that the painful past has passed away and used to bees don't make no honey?
I love that. I love it. Thank you so much. And I want to just say thank you for what you do. This is my 5th time tuning into your live. because I literally just got into the community. I'm happy to find this community. I know a bunch of other people who are on this live are as thankful, or I hope they're as thankful and grateful for having this energy easy access to. You know, when you're feeling like this, maybe back then when somebody was feeling how I was feeling today, and not having this easy access of lifting words and energy makes a difference. It makes a And what you have been doing lately, knowing consciously or unconsciously, especially for me, you've been healing me, and it's true.
Beautiful.
It's true.
Well, thank you for your emotional honesty, you know, in letting us know, you know, that you had a bit of a funk earlier, you know, because see, even that becomes a blessing to people, you know, emotional honesty. I call it sacred guts on the table, you know. And there's something about that when you put the sacred guts on the table, oftentimes there's a healing that will take place, you know, as a result of your willingness to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is the naked truth, that part of us that is not lying and not hiding. That's why I call it sacred guts on the table. Now, this funk that you were in earlier, okay, so you were in a funk. And what has happened in terms of you coming in, you know, and sharing with me in this live? So that funk got transmuted. There's an alchemy that took place. Because see, whenever there's a negative situation, that negativity has been created out of the misuse of the light. See, we can't create negativity from negativity. It has to be created from a misuse of the light.
And that's how I felt.
And so the negativity, in a manner of speaking, we could say is contaminated light. So the funk that you were in earlier was contaminated light. And it is wise not to despise it. Use that shit doodle to fertilize it. The life's greatest connoisseur gets the best crops from the best manure. See, so the funk that you were in earlier, that was fertilizer. That has now been dumped on the soil of your soul. And we see the soil that, you know, that grows all of the plants and vegetations. You never heard the soil complain when that glorified shit called fertilizer was dumped upon it. The soil didn't say, oh man, you dumped on me. But rather the soil went into the wisdom of alchemy and yielded a richer crop, not in spite of the waste, but because of the waste. So you, Jamar, have now, you know, you have grown a richer crop of your now moment of experience because of the funk that you were in earlier. It is your servant. It is servant unto your expansion because you're meant to be empowered by everything. That's why we don't ever want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Everything can be servant unto our expansion and our empowerment. So I'm so honored and grateful that you're feeling better.
Oh, you don't know, now more than ever. You just, like you said, you alchemize. How do you say that word? I'm sorry. Alchemy.
You want to say alchemized,
yeah,
but it's alchemy. You know, alchemy. You know.
Yeah, I was trying to use the word the alchemy that you just did. I like shivers. I tell people, if you feel like crying, and right now I feel like, not out of sadness, out of joy for what you have done right now. It's like,
well, if the tears flow, let them flow. Don't push them back.
Yeah,
you may have heard me say, when I cry, I take a tear from each cheek. I always taste my tears, my acceptance of what I'm feeling in the moment, but also your tears are coded with information that helps you to better understand what you're feeling. So when you ingest your tears, you are able to, you know, you're ingesting information.
Wow. You know, that's crazy, because I always tell people, if you have to cry, cry. If you feel like crying, don't be ashamed, just cry. But I never knew that your tears could be information.
Yeah, well, that's what they are. Yeah. Weakness is in when you suppress what you're feeling. Because when you suppress what you're feeling, or you disallow what you're feeling inside, you're dishonoring the reality of your moment. See, if in your moment you're feeling deep feelings and you move to cry, the crying becomes the honoring of the reality of that moment. And you can always be empowered as a result of being authentically connected to what's going on in any given moment.
Thank you.
So Jamar, let me ask you something. What is the most amazing blessing that you are to life?
The most amazing blessing?
Yes, that you are to life.
And that I am resilient, that I keep on going and have a faith like no other. Like my universe is, I feel what I have to offer.
Beautiful. Do you know the scripture that talks about faith? The one that says faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things that are not yet seen. By faith, the elders obtained a good report, and through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God, so the things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. See, faith, the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen. See, like we like the manifestation. So, there's, like everything comes from source, which is creator. And then substance, that's the intention of what is to be created, but it's still in formlessness. And then the supply becomes the manifestation of it. Source, substance, supply. See, and because you are descendant of God, you are source in microcosm. Okay, and then whatever the intentions are that you have, that you want to create, that's the substance. See, and that ties into your faith. See, faith and intentions are meant to work hand in hand and co-creatively together. And genuine intentions carry faith anyway. When your intention is pure, you don't doubt. When your desire is pure, you don't doubt. And when we decode the word desire, we get deity siring. God within you siring something into being, just like siring a child, but you can sire the manifestation of a house or whatever. Because with pure desire, the seed of desire's own fulfillment is in the central core of that desire. When the desire is fulfilled as supply, which means manifestation, that's the second stage of its reality. The first stage of its reality is in the substance. And the substance is like formlessness, like an embryo, in the womb. That's like substance. It's not a complete baby yet, but it's the substance. When the baby is born, then there's the supply, there's the manifestation.
So you're right. My gift then is manifestation. So the right word would be is that my gift is
manifestation. So now what I want you to add to your gift is femifestation.
Femifestation. All right.
And the reason being that femifestation is the creator of manifestation. See, femifestation is formless. Manifestation is form. The best way I can do it is to share with you the poem. And if you like this poem, I have 3 different videos on YouTube called The Great Femifestation, and one of them has the words there. You can, Google it or surf YouTube and find it. But here it is. To really listen to this, because this is a major antidote for you. The Great Femifestation. The Great Femifestation. The great femifestation, the womb of creation, the primordial cause of all manifestations. Manifestation, the second coming of reality, is born of emotion in its totality. Thoughts and feelings create all forms, and blessings thrive before they are born. So through great prior appreciation, flood your life with manifestations. The great femifestation is eternal a never-ending, formless stream of life. If manifestation is your only thrill, you're in the grips of fear and strife. Forms will come and forms will go. This is a truth that we all know. And all things of time and space at some point will be erased. Faith is the substance of all desires, the evidence of that which is not seen. So celebrate the unseen goodness, and all the riches of form are then yours to redeem. When the miracles of your life are still sleeping in the void, skyrocket your gratitude, and they come leaping from the void. You are pregnant with every blessing that will ever come to be, embryos within your soul, though human eyes have yet to see. So see with the eye of mind and heart into infinite realms of the great unseen. Choose wonderful feelings without concrete reasons and all the riches of the kingdom. Logically, my hotspot jumped off, so let me. Great fortune in all that you are and all that you do. And also I see my dear sister friend, Sahara Sounds there. I didn't know if you wanted to come online, beloved. We're going to run out of time for this one, but if you do want to come online, put a little message on and I'll open up another live, and because I know you're working with sound healing as well, you might have something you want to share. And if that be so, you just need to put in a request and let me know, and I'll end this live because we're going to have a little countdown coming. I think Instagram allows us about an hour before they start counting down on us.
I would like to thank you for, like I said, it was divine timing when I put in my request. You have alchemized my soul tonight, and I appreciate you. I will be going on to your YouTube, checking Feminine Station. Thank you so much, because right now, like I said, this is not a coincidence. Everything is in alignment. And what I was feeling 2 seconds ago before joining this live, your words just confirmed that, not to say that I was right, but I should not have doubted myself I should have kept strong with my belief. And that's
no, don't should on yourself.
Sorry?
Don't should on yourself. That's
right.
Breaking the 11th commandment. Thou shalt not should upon thyself or thy beloveds. You see the danger of should, it doesn't honor free will. So when you say you should, it's not honoring that you could choose this or that.
Ooh.
So rather than saying I should have, I could have.
I could.
Now you're with choice.
Okay, thank you.
Could is more powerful than should, because could offers free choice, free will.
I'm learning, and I appreciate you for being a guide. Thank you. Thank you so much for being a guide. That's what you are, right? Thank you.
All right. Well, peace and blessings to you. Much, much, much love.
Much love.
And so, Sahara, I didn't get clearly what I think what I'll do is I'll just jump on and pop in with you and see what happens. Anyway, peace and blessings, beloveds. I love you all so much. Good fortune in all that you are and all that you do. Put your arms around yourself. Give yourself a big hug. Pinch yourself on all four cheeks, top and bottom. Loving you with the passion of heaven. Astarius Miraculii in